it's a common notion that humans don't have fangs or claws or a killing mechanism besides weapons, and that we have evolved in a fashion that doesn't allow us to kill. Well, I am going to present a different perspective on that. I'm out here in Venice, looking at nature, looking at my skin, and I'm looking at my skin and I'm realizing like the skin is actually a killing mechanism. And when I say the word kill, it sounds negative. It's really not, right? Death is something that's necessary for life. So from an evolutionary perspective, which I don't always take, in fact, most of the time I'm not in an evolutionary perspective mindset, but for the sake of what I'm about to say now, I'm going to entertain this evolutionary perspective. We were once in the trees, right? And then we came down and we started operating in the savannas. And during that time, we started walking upright. We started losing our hair and we started eating animals. And we developed the killing mechanism, which is our skin. So our skin, our adaptation to lose the hair, have thinner, more delicate skin that has sweat glands in it, which allows us to dissipate heat, allows us to kill animals with a technique called persistence hunting. So this is still done by the Bushmen in Africa. Excuse me if that's a derogatory term now. I don't know. It's hard to keep up with all this stuff. I can't even say the word male nowadays without me getting harassed in my inbox. The Bushmen, I'm going to say that one more time for those of you who may or may not have a problem with that. The Bushmen, they run after this animal called the kudu, and because it can sweat and because we can breathe, the kudu actually, so four-legged animals can't pant and gallop at the same time, so they have to stop and breathe hard in between their gallops. So the kudu men, they chase after these, the Bushmen chase after the kudu for many hours, 8 to 24 hours, until the kudu eventually just kind of surrenders and the Bushmen can go kill him. So my point is that I was just sitting here and realizing that we may not have developed fangs or claws, and so we may not realize, and it may not be obvious that we're actually predators, but we are. And our skin, actually, this is a reason, this might be an unanswered question you have, right? Like, why did we evolve to lose hair on our skin? It doesn't make sense, because we get cold and we get sunburned, like we have to wear clothes. What's the purpose of us not having hair on our skin? Well, it's for this reason, because this is what we use to kill our prey, evolutionary speaking. Because this all happened a few million years ago, and we didn't really start finding weapons on this earth from an evolutionary model until about half a million? Yeah, about 500,000 years ago. So that means that actually the ability to develop weapons came from the adaptation of the skin, because that allowed us to eat more animals, eat more brain, eat more bone marrow, which allowed our brains to grow, and eventually we adapted to make our killing mechanisms even better by using weapons. So first we killed a little bit with our skin, and then we started killing more once we developed weapons, and then we eventually overtook most of the earth.